And now we see a false prophet. And all you naysayers that you want to call somebody a false prophet, why don't you look at Noah Harari and call him the false prophet? Because that's what a false prophet looks like. And now he's saying we don't care if we make the God of the Bible as mad as we want to. We've got water. You better watch it. That's exactly what Ahab said. And the first time God prompts a prophet, or a group of them maybe, to say it will not rain till I say it rains, then it will not. And you know, I was meditating on some of this the other day, and about this new prophet they call him. Christians seems to be confused on what a false prophet looks like. See, a false prophet prophesies the Antichrist to come. That's what a false prophet is. It's not a prophet that says something and then something else happens, or it don't happen at the time you think it should happen. That's not a false prophet. Because Isaiah walked into Hezekiah, said, "Get your house in order, for thus saith the Lord, you will surely die." Then Isaiah walked out of the garden. Hezekiah turned his face to the wall, repented, and he said, "Lord, remember my righteousness." And the Lord stopped Isaiah and said, "Go back and tell him he's got 15 more years." Would you call Isaiah a false prophet? No, you would not. You wouldn't call Samuel one, but yet he looked at Saul and said, "Today your kingdom's gone from you." But Saul stayed on the throne for years after that. But he was no longer recognized as the king by heaven. Put that in perspective with right now. But yet people stand up and they want to say this one's God, or this is constitutes a prophet. This is a prophet of the Lord. And they don't even know what they're speaking of because they're not prophets. And I was thinking about this false prophet that's on the scene. Obama listens to him. Klaus Schwab listens to him. He's his number one advisor. Zuckerberg listens to him. They all listen to this guy who wrote that book, Sapiens. And I heard this in my spirit. He was a loser. He was a loser who had nothing going for him until he invited that demonic spirit to possess him. He had nothing going for him. He was as stupid as anybody else out there. Had nothing going for him. Because he's making stupid arguments that make no sense with the God of the Bible, and yet sit there and admit there is a God of the Hebrew Bible. He admits that he's God. He just says he wants to go beyond it. We want to go beyond it. Who's the we you're speaking of, horsefly? Who's the we? Who is the we? Won't you reveal the we? Maybe it's we Obama, maybe it's we Biden, maybe it's we Schwab, maybe it's we. He was a loser who had nothing going for him. And his arguments are absolutely easily destroyed by his own mouth. He admits there's a God of the Hebrew Bible. But he will not admit Jesus rose from the dead. That constitutes classic devil. Classic demon, classic unclean spirits, classic. What is the classic? Well, they're all unclean. But you know, even the unclean spirit bowed down in front of Jesus and begged, the man begged, "Get this thing out of me." But not this man. He likes it because without those spirits, he goes back to being a loser with nothing to say, a two-bit professor who has nothing on his mind. You say, "Well, how do you say all that, Brother Robin?" Well, I don't say it on my own, and I don't hate the man. But let me tell you something. Watch this. He says the God of the Hebrew Bible, all he managed to do was create organic life. And you have done what? To start with, he admitted there's a God, and he admitted he created humans. Humans, the most complicated system in existence. Humans. He created the mouth you're blaspheming with. And he makes you think he's going beyond it by making Robbie the robot. He really does this. And he makes you think they're going beyond it